from his Damaru came life. And if you talk about the mythological origin for Bharatanatyam, and the Nati Shastra was written by Bharata Muni. Apparently Bharata Muni is not one person, but it's a title. So the whole Nati Shastra about all the different art forms were written by this person, or this person who held the title in the Bharata Muni. And Bharatanatyam are widely performed by women today. So it might seem like this is an art form for women only, but it has a lot of femininity to it, as you notice, and the songs are so relatable to girls and women. So that's why more women end up performing it. There are, if not equal, at least 1/4 Bharatanatyam dancers are men in the Bharatanatyam gamut of Bharatanatyam fraternity back in India. We're not talking about a place like the US or the Western world. More women learn it because it, I don't know, for whatever reasons it ended up being that way. I think it brings more the grace and the femininity, or there's a totally different contrast, a masculine side to it. The Tandava and the Lasya aspect is very much still there. But most male dancers who have taken up Bharatanatyam, they pursue it as a profession, unlike women, female dancers. Most of them learn it because if parents have enrolled them in a classroom and then they graduate from school and that's the end of it for most women. But for male dancers, a lot of them continue. They make that as a profession. Any other question? You had a question, Sai?
Yes. My question was, what do you think about women's representation in terms of dance in Bollywood or just modern dance movements? What do you think? Does it show women in a negative manner, or what are your...
No, not at all. Not at all. It's a movement. See, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Bharatanatyam, I can speak about Bharatanatyam and never bring up religion into the picture. So it's just all about movements, and as long as, when modern art was created, there was so much of opposition. People didn't want to see a photograph or a picture or a painting of a pregnant woman. It seemed like, what? It's crazy. I want to see completely a traditional representation. So anything like Bollywood doesn't have any negative no, it's in the eyes of the beholder. It really doesn't matter. I admire modern, I love hip hop. I'm so fond of hip hop. I love salsa dancing. I'm just hoping. I took lessons to learn flamenco. And salsa, I really want to. I'm waiting for my second child to go to college. And there I go. I want to go exploring on different forms of dance. It's just a dance form. How does it matter? So as long as you enjoy it, it matters. All that matters is what you feel within. It doesn't matter.
I had you read my mind almost. I was gonna ask, how, you being a dancer, have you seen Bharatanatyam influence other dances around the world?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to say that. We were doing a project with the flamenco group, Alberta Spanish Dance Theater, 2 years ago. And actually 3 years ago, we did something called Tracing Roots. And they traced their roots back to India, particularly the gypsies. It has a much more of a connection to Kathak. But it so happened they wanted to work with me because they found Bharatanatyam is more a wholesome art form. Kathak had certain strong points to it, but Bharatanatyam is a complete style of dance. Nothing that's not covered in Bharatanatyam that you can see elsewhere. So in terms of emotion, in terms of poetry, and I literally did 6 months of studying Spanish poetry because I had to figure out, how am I going to bring this connection? I can't just do something vague. You can always say, you do your thing, I do my thing. That's not it. We got to find the right common ground. So I found this 1730 song, a Spanish song, Zorango, where it's all in Spanish and I don't get a word of it. So I had to go take lessons and figure this out, talk to different flamenco artists, read about it a lot, and it's all about love poems. Zorango is all love poems, and here you go, that's like, it's like a really big advantage to me, because as a Bharatanatyam dancer, which all dwells on all about love and, lost love and this and that, with all these nayikas that we just discussed. So we were right in the same alley, talking about the same topic. And then the rhythm is so fantastic with flamenco. That's just one example. Any other questions? Thank you everybody for the opportunity. Thank you. And I'm so glad there are some of you who are interested in this. It's not easy to sit in a discussion like this. It's so much easier to unwind with probably with a pop song or with something on TV. And it really shows that you care about what you're here for and the council itself. Thank you, and I appreciate all of you, the president and the team, to bring me here. Thanks for